All right, today we're working on a Stihl FS38 trimmer. It has a curved shaft. What I'm told, it's a relatively new unit. This belongs to Mr. John Wayne Smart, and that is his real name. I'll consider him a friend, maybe even a long-time friend. But he wanted me to have a look at this. It's sat over the winter and wouldn't fire for him. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to pull the spark plug. Look, here we go. So we pulled the plug, and the plug is a new plug, but there are bits of what appear to be carbon on it around the outside here. I'll see if I can pick that up with my finger so that you can see it. So I don't like that. It's either ash or carbon. So we pulled our airbox cover off, pulled the air filter, and there are two, what I believe to be 8mm nuts right there. We're going to undo those. So we're not getting any fuel. So that's the next thing, go into the fuel system. So, yeah, 8mm. I'm running a mixture of Craftsman and Stihl branded tools. I also have a Stanley here. I also have some brake parts cleaner. Carburetor cleaner, brake parts cleaner. Try to keep that off painted surfaces either way. I do have the choke turned on the butterfly. I'm going to leave it in that position. Now these appear to be studs instead of nuts. I don't know what to think about that. Oh, they're nuts. And I've got the trimmer turned on its side. Fuel cap is screwed down the tank. I have a fire extinguisher behind me. So there's your air cleaner cover. Looks like we got a little bit of fuel right there. Light dab with the rag. So our carburetor at this point will lift up and off the studs. Okay, along with the throttle cable, I'm going to gently pry the fuel lines off, take a note of where they're at and their condition. They don't look too bad. And at this point, I have not messed with the primer bulb. I generally like to stay away from it. Generally. Okay. Okay, lines are off. Here's the carburetor. We're free and clear. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the covers off and look at everything. Just to inspect. So I've got some rust on this plate right here, John Wayne. I don't like that. External rust. Not necessarily terrible, but I don't like it. Alright, so I believe that underneath this plate we're going to find the needle and seat. This is a Stanley flat-bladed screwdriver that I'm using at this particular point. I'm going to screwdriver that fits these nuts. Well, let me angle you up here. So, I think you can see what I'm doing. Okay, everything's broke loose. I'm going to cover the intake port just to keep anything falling in there. Okay, everything's broke loose. At this point, I'm going to go to a little tuning screwdriver. It's easier to handle, more nimble. Now, sometimes you can get by with breaking these carburetors down and not ruining the gaskets, but that's not always the case. That's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to make this a labor-only adventure without buying any parts. So we're completely loose. I take note of your line orientation, your adjuster orientation, and this. Now obviously we're looking at this on video, so that's going to help us as well. All my screws are completely undone. Gently begin to pry at this. Gently. Okay, I can smell fuel. Whether or not it's any good, I don't know. Okay. Here's our priming circuit. Can you get that opened up? Looks like we're being very gentle at this stage. There come that. So, Stihl owners, take note. China. Stihl owners, take note. Stihl, Zama, China. Okay. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to have to get a razor and try to lift this gasket. Okay, we got to move in here. So what I'm doing is gently lifting this gasket right here. Very gently. Don't want to tear anything. It appears to be stick and stop. Okay, I can see inside. Needle and seat are not stuck. So at this point, I can see inside. The needle and seat are not stuck. I'm going to shoot a little bit of carb cleaner inside there. Brake parts cleaner inside there. Just a little. Okay. Put it back together. So I'm completely reinstalling everything. I did not see a problem there. On the metering side, we're going to the pump side next and try to do the same thing. Just want to peek inside, trying not to tear anything, inspecting everything. I may or may not be in view. I'm reinstalling the screws. Right now, using basic engineering principles, we're just lining everything up, getting everything started, putting everything back together. I have a carb short rebuild, just a parts replacement. If you're interested, it works much the same as this, minus the primer, in the Stihl 039 playlist. I believe it's listed 029, MS 290, something like that. And there's a carb rebuild in there. Basically, we're doing the same thing, except we're putting new parts in that particular video. Alright, so we put everything back together. Running stuff down to the big driver now. Okay, this side, pump side, again using the big Stanley screwdriver. Broke that screw loose and we'll lift this side off. Off it comes. We got a little fuel in there. So I can smell fuel. It smells fairly fresh, John Wayne. Here's our screen, and it looks good. Okay, and we're going to spray a little brake parts cleaner in these orifices. Just to be doing. You're going to aim that away from your face. Alright, all that's just fine. Pumps look good. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. So they're all back together. Installation is reverse disassembly. So basically what we found is nothing. We've got fuel in the carb. There was not any on the metering side of the carb, however. So that could mean that the needle and valve, needle and seat, in fact, were stuck. So at this point I'm just going to stick it back together and we'll try again. See if you can see the unit. Where am I at? Right there we are. Okay, we're going to put the throttle cable back in and slip it down over those studs and reinstall the fuel lines, the purge and supply lines. And something else I told John Wayne could be a clogged fuel filter. And you know, that's speculation at this point. We don't know. That's kind of what we're doing. You just eliminate things by inspection. Alright, upright, switch is on, choke is on. So we got our fuel system straightened out, but we still couldn't get her to run. So within here, in the back of the exhaust, there's a 15mm bolt at the exit hole. And here we see the spark arrestor is completely clogged up with carbon and with excess oil. So we're going to clean that and reinstall this 15mm plug and see what that does for us.
Yeah.
Alright, Stihl FS38 trimmer, belongs to Mr. John Wayne Smart. At the dealerships I frequent, when you go in, a carb kit install, the labor is going to be $100 plus the kit. So we didn't have to buy a kit, but we did clean the spark arrestor, and so John Wayne, I think we get you out the door for about $350, and you'll be back ready to go. And plus, you don't have to buy a new trimmer, so I think that's a pretty good deal. And we mentioned your name there like you wanted to, so you wanted to pay a little extra for that.